together to have her come over here so she can, fight Cyborg and some of the other girls we had in the roster.
Yeah. Has Cyborg ever mentioned anything to you about Kayla?
Yeah, she said, look, this is something that, she's fine with. She goes, if you get on the roster, then let's get it on. And that's her attitude, If she's not on the roster, then there's nothing to talk about. And there's no, why even talk about her? So, if we put it together, I think you'll hear a lot more chatter between the two girls.
Yeah. And just real quick in the co-main event, Linton Vassell picked up a victory. You said that let's wait and see how they look before I label somebody next contender at heavyweight.
Yep.
What did you think of his performance, and do you think it merits a title shot?
I'll tell you, I want to go back and look at the tape because that was a really close fight, and I was telling Reg and Mike, I said, I really feel sorry for the judges trying to judge that fight because it was just back and forth, and they both had a couple grunt shots. There's some breaks in the fight. So let me go back and take a look, and then we'll go from there. But let's see how the rankings go, and we'll take a look at that too, and we'll make a decision.
And just a couple quick ones for me. Pico now on a 5-fight winning streak, looking quite impressive. Obviously taking the undefeated record from Justin Gonzalez. What is next for Pico? Is it a title shot, or would you like to sort of cook his development a little bit longer before you throw him against the top dogs at 145?
I'll tell you, Aaron looked fantastic, and it was a fight that I really watched carefully because it's somebody that is getting right up there. Title shot? I'm not sure. I don't think so, but maybe him and Sanchez can put it together, or we have a couple other fighters that we'd love to put in that mix at 145. But we'll have plenty of good competition for him to fight. But I think he had a dominant performance against an undefeated fighter. And he looked great, and so to me I congratulated him, said, hey, you look great, you were patient, and you did what you had to do, and you looked great doing it tonight. So I think it was a good night for Pico.
Yeah, and lastly, Valerie Loretta, one of Bellator's biggest prospect. She's now back in the win column, picked up a decision win in the preliminary card. What are your thoughts on her ceiling and overall, watching a prospect coming back from her first defeat and getting back in the win column?
I'll tell you, and I want to quote Dan Lambert on this because Dan, as you know, owns ATT here where she trains. He said, look, Coker, when she lost, she's back in the gym and she was training right away, and has a mentality, of a winner, and she's going to keep training hard, and this girl's going to just keep grinding it out. So to me, she had a victory. Let's put her in there maybe in the next 2-3 months and keep her development moving forward. And let's see how she looks, in the next, I will say 6-8 months, a year, then we'll know what we really have. But as long as she continues to win and looks better and she's growing. But when Dan tells me, look, this guy has seen everything, and when he tells me, she works hard in the gym and she's in there and she's serious, then that says a lot to me. So that's what I hang my hat on.
Jim Barcelona, Miami Herald. Scott, what did you think tonight in South Florida, the event, the crowd, and just all that? How did you view all that at the end of the night?
Yeah, it's our first time here, and the hotel's amazing, the venue was amazing, and I think we had a great night of fights for the fans that showed up, and we'll definitely be back. The Hard Rock treated us very well, and I think we made great television, the fights were amazing, and when you think about South Florida, I think about, AT&T, obviously with Dan Lambert. I mean, what an amazing gym he's got over there, and Stanford MMA, who has another, I would say 50% of the top 10 athletes fighting in MMA are probably at these two gyms right now, right? So it's amazing that they have so much talent here. And you guys saw who was in the crowd tonight. It's like the who's who of MMA. A lot of legends, a lot of great champions, and it's just, it was an honor to have some of the fighters here, and it's a small community. Everybody knows everybody, but I tell you, they should be proud of South Florida because as far as talent goes, man, this is a really impressive location to have that much talent, and I think you saw a lot of it tonight here in the building.
And to follow up on that too, I think almost all but one of the Sanford MMA and American Top Team fighters got the victory tonight. I was just curious your thoughts, three of them, and this is my last question, of Cody, Roman, and Steve Mowry.
Yeah, Mowry, that was now I think he's 10-0, right? He's yeah, great submission. He's somebody that I think deserves to take the next step up. So he definitely will have a fight that is meaningful. In fact, when I was leaving the venue, he's like, "Hey, Coker, I want to talk to you." me and you. I'm like, oh, me and you. He's like, me and you. I said, okay, give me a call. But he's somebody that I have high hopes for in that division.
Hey Scott, Dan Lambert of Fightful here. Chris Cyborg looked pretty solid tonight. Really showed her striking capabilities again. She was talking about Kat Zingano before, and then there's the idea of Arlene Blenko, who just won her fight tonight, get a rematch per se. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm going to revert back to, what we normally do, which is go back, talk to the fight team, but I think she should fight Kat at some point. And, if we were successful in signing Kayla, maybe we put that fight together sooner than later. So, we have a couple options, but, we will do our best to make a good offer and try to bring Kayla here to Bellator.
And speaking of potential fights, Bruna Ellen called out Valerie Laredo earlier today after her win. Both fighters won tonight. Both can have a little bit of the same breaks. What are your thoughts on that matchup and that for Valerie in general?
Yeah, I think Bruna has too many fights right now. I think that eventually Valerie could fight her, but I would give her a couple more fights with maybe more of like 3 to 4 fights. I think that Bruna has about 7, 8 fights, so I think they're about 4 fights apart. But eventually they can catch up to each other and get it on.
And finally, for me, you had Dan Lambert here, you had Austin Vanderford here, Paige VanZant. Some of these people have been in AEW programming. Some of them will be appearing on AEW programming tomorrow night. What are your thoughts on everyone from MMA going to pro wrestling, and what will be of Jake Hager, who I believe you still have signed to Bellator?
Yeah, I'll speak about Jake Hager first. He put his hat in to fight Fedor when we were looking for an opponent that Fedor would want to fight in last month actually, and in October. And Fedor was like, I don't think he has enough experience to come fight, and I don't know if we could probably get a commission to sign off on that because of the experience, the difference in experience. But I love Jake. I think that he's doing a great job in wrestling. We'd love to have him back. So Jake, wherever you are, if you're watching, give us a call. We'll get you back into the cage. In the meantime, all the ATT guys are over there, and they're doing a great job. It's just so funny for me to see Dan on TV, and he's selling it out there, and he's doing a great job. And listen, he told me, he goes, "This is a childhood passion of mine. It's something I really love." And I can tell when he goes out there and he starts selling it. And I love it that he brings the guys and all the girls, and he basically gets his fighters in there, and some are ours, some are from different leagues, and it's just a lot of fun to watch. So. He told me, I don't want to be a spoiler, so I can't tell you what happens tomorrow night.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for the time, Scott.
Thank you.